All right, Jesse on fire. So we're going to talk about this insane story that just came out. This is going to do a lot of views, man, because Conor McGregor has been accused of one of the most heinous, violent assaults that women, like Me Too, except like the ultimate Me Too. Not like the coerced into a place and then like he wouldn't let him, like a violent assault, supposedly. Now, this story is so insane that there's only one way to cover this, which is going to be, is this true? Right? Like seriously, like those are the, obviously you go into any story about a woman who's saying that a famous rich guy assaulted her and she's coming for money. Obviously you default to, okay, like, is she telling the truth or is she just doing this for money? Because a lot of times they're just doing it for money and a lot of other times it's true. And to me, it seems very important to be able to figure out whether or not they're telling the truth, because you're talking about either one of the most heinous things you can do, which is the woman putting a fake charge like this on a guy, or the most heinous thing that you can do, which is a dude doing that to a girl. Now, in this case, I'm going to say this up front. This story is absolutely insane. Insane. Okay? I'm going to go into it with an open mind, but the initial details I looked at were like, dude, is there any way this is true? Because this sounds... So what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to do the thing I do. You're going to get... Most people are going to cover this. They're going to do it like this. They're going to go, like, he's a piece of trash, or, oh, she's lying, or, listen, got to wait till the facts come out, right? Those are your three options. Here is exactly how I'm going to cover it. I'm going to tell you exactly what she says, what her accusation is, and then I'm going to outline how the details, the facts outlined could be partially true and be also misrepresented by someone who is potentially trying to get Conor for money. Because there are details here that are like easily either verifiable or not verifiable per cameras. Okay? So that's the whole point. I feel like people don't do it. Like I like to investigate things. Okay, so I like to look at a claim and say, all right, well, is there any validity to this? Because if this is not true, it'll be easy for them to just go to the cameras and be like, this is not true. This is not true. And so you got to assume that it has to have some partial truth to it. But bottom line is, it might be being wholesale misrepresented, or who knows. Anyway, so that's what we're going to talk about right now. And we're going to jump right into it. If you don't mind subscribing to the channel, that would be incredible. I work very, very hard. All I ask is that you guys subscribe to the channel if you're going to watch my stuff. I'm trying to get to 112,000. We can get there today if you guys subscribe. Thank you in advance. I'm going to plug an incredible product later in the video. Not anything that you guys have heard about recently. So just, bear with me. All right. So here's the deal. So a woman accuses Conor McGregor of violently raping her at the NBA Finals. UFC star denies allegations. All right, so let's jump into this thing. A woman has accused Conor McGregor of sexually assaulting her at the Game 4 of the NBA Finals. So we're talking about at the same game where he supposedly knocked out the mascot. The guy went to the ER. He was on one, dude. He's like, I'm going to knock out the mascot. I'm on the hunt, dude. And you'll see when I read the details, it's like Conor was on the hunt, man. And he enlisted a bunch of accomplices. He's like, listen, I need a girl. I want a girl that I can grape. And they're like, it's better if you just give him what he wants. And then the security went and did it. It's ridiculous. Anyway, it's not ridiculous necessarily, but it's okay. So TMZ reported Thursday that it obtained a demand letter authored by the South Florida-based attorney Ariel Mitchell that was sent to McGregor, the NBA, and the Miami Heat. So she's suing the Miami Heat, the NBA, and Conor McGregor. Just something to notate. It's the same night that he knocked out the Heat mascot. TMZ reported that the alleged incident occurred after the game ended. According to Mitchell's letters, the alleged victim was violently raped inside of the men's bathroom after arena security helped separate the woman from her friend and forced her into the restroom where McGregor and his security guard waited. Okay? So that's what I'm talking. So that's detail number one, fact number one, that will be easily either verified or not true. Easily, right? So as an example, if Conor was talking to this girl and they walked together into the bathroom, well, that is not what this says. This says that the arena security separated her from her friend and then forced her into the bathroom where McGregor and his security guard were waiting, which you will have already seen McGregor and his security guard go in together. So that's an easy fact to either verify or not verify, right? Okay. I have no idea. But bottom line is, you know, if she's like, ha, 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 with security and she's laughing and goes in, all right, well, so they didn't force her, did they? Right? Or if they pick her up and they're dragging her into the bathroom, which seems super likely, then the camera will, you know, support that. All right. So security refused to let the woman exit or allow anyone else, including her friend, inside the bathroom, Mitchell wrote in the letter. The attorney went on to write that McGregor shoved his tongue in the victim's mouth and aggressively kissed her. Okay. So again, what we're going to do here is we're going to examine the claims and then talk about whether or not there's a chance that they're true. Okay. The first part seems extraordinarily unlikely to me, right? Not impossible. You know, maybe Conor's people were like, listen, man, he is an animal. If you don't feed him a girl to grape, you just never know what he's going to do. I would say much more likely, given the information that we have across the board on Conor's recent kind of partying, would be that he was going in the bathroom for a different reason, right? With his security guard. What do you think that is? You know, he doesn't have to do a number two. What's he doing in the stall? You know what I mean? You ever heard, you know, people go in the stall. It's like, hey, that guy's not going number two. They're all, ugh. Listen, man, I'm like, I'm not a fan of like Germany in the 40s, but you gotta give Adolf the credit that he's just an incredible leader. You're like, geez, this sounds like a conversation that someone would have if they just railed 2 G's of yayo up their nose. You know what I mean? What are you guys doing in there? They're all, we're not blowing each other, that's for sure. Okay. So, possible that Conor went into the bathroom with a girl to do gack. Maybe. Right? Maybe. And his security stands watch. His security knows. He doesn't judge Conor. He's there to protect him. The girl's in there to do the gack with Conor. And once they're in there and Conor kisses her. Potentially. Like if I read this and I go, these details happened for sure, that's how I read it. They were in the bathroom and then Conor kissed her. Right? I mean, or it's all exactly as she's saying, but it just is harder to believe. Okay. So TMZ, oops. God damn it. People blowing me up. Sorry. Okay. So TMZ citing the letters reported that McGregor stopped after the woman told him she had to urinate. But then McGregor allegedly forced the woman to perform oral on him and attempted to go up the number 2 after pinning her against the wall. According to TMZ, Mitchell's letter details the alleged victim managed to elbow McGregor repeatedly, which allowed her to flee the bathroom. Although she left her purse behind, Mitchell said she got it back only after pleading with McGregor's security team. Okay, so these are important details to run through, right? So she says that Conor was violently kissing her, and then she got him to stop the violent attack because she was like, I need to pee. He's like, all right, do that. And then I'll get back to the grape. You know, I'm in the process of grape right now, but I mean, listen, you know, I'm about to get rough with you down there. I don't want you having to pee while I'm, you know, just annihilating your body. Possible, you know, possible. Or maybe they were making out and then she's like, hold on, I have to pee. And then she said that he forced her to, right? He forced her. All right. Well, so how exactly did he do that? Well, he put his hand on my head and he forced my head down. All right. Well, how would that go in the event that it was a consensual situation and you're like a groupie that was down to go do gack with Conor, started making out, and then he was like, you know what would be awesome is if you just did this, you know? Like that's how that goes in a consensual situation also. You're making out, guy kind of grabs the head, he's like, this is kind of what I want you to do. I'm Conor McGregor. And she's like, all right. Did he force her or did he just ask the way that a person would ask. And then she did it. Then he puts her against the wall, and he's, and I'm not, listen, I am not saying that the way that I'm presenting it is what happened. I'm giving an alternate story where what she's saying is true, but it's not exactly true. You know what I mean? Like where it happened differently. And I only am doing this because so much of the story will be so easily, proven to not be true if the certain facts are not true. You know what I mean? So yeah, so maybe that, and then she, he forced her to do that and she did it. And then he attempted to, jam it up the number 2 after pinning her against the wall. So you're in a bathroom stall. She comes up, you kind of turn her around and you pin her hands against the thing. That's like, again, something you would do if it was like consensual. And then, then she says that the alleged victim managed to elbow McGregor repeatedly, which allowed her to flee the bathroom. Okay. So here is where I start to not believe this story, right? So, not to not believe it, but like if you're telling me that Conor was overpowering you physically and the way that you were able to get out of there is because you were able to elbow Conor to make space and flee, hell no. Hell no. There's no way that's true. Now, it's possible, right? It's possible that they're making out. He's being aggressive. He pushes her head down. She's kind of like, I don't really want to be doing this. And then when he flips her around, she's like, I really don't want to be doing this. And then so she finally is like, no, we're not doing this. Like, and Conor goes, oh, all right. All right. Now, again, these are like, these situations, if you're a celebrity, are sticky and who knows, right? Who knows? The reason I sound skeptical is just because I don't believe that Conor is some kind of predator looking for someone that he can violently give it to. Like, I don't believe that. I don't. Can a guy who's been partying too much, be used to every girl saying yes, and then he's too over aggressive? He's not really reading the room very well? Maybe, But do I believe that he was violently trying to overpower her, take it from her, and she was able to escape because her elbow skills were so incredible? No. It's Conor McGregor, okay? If he doesn't want her to be able to make space with elbows, she's not making space, man. And there's no attempting to do anything. If he wanted to take it, he takes it, She left her purse behind, and she only got it back after pleading with McGregor's security team. So she probably went back. She's like, hey, I left my purse. Can I get my purse back? Again, pleading with his team. She probably went back and asked for it. Although the woman reported the alleged assault to local authorities, she apparently does not want to press charges, with Mitchell writing in her letters that the woman is only seeking settlements with McGregor, the NBA, and the Heat. So again, if you were looking for why I'm skeptical, that sentence is the one that I'm going to leave you with. Oh, you don't want to press charges? You don't want to press charges? So Conor, he shoved his, oh, by the way, this is a good time for me to plug the brand I was going to plug, which is Sheath Underwear. All right? Sheath. If you leave it in the sheath, you don't have this kind of thing happen. Okay? Leave it in the sheath. It's 100 degrees. They're the most comfortable underwear in the world. If you live in a hot place, I cannot stress this enough. Get one pair of Sheath underwear. You will never go back. Sheathunderwear.com. Use the promo code FIRE. Send me a receipt, and you're entered to win one of 3 Ridge wallets I'm going to give away this month. 3. And if you've already won a pair of J's, that doesn't mean you can't win a Ridge wallet also. So sheathunderwear.com, use the promo code FIRE, and send me the receipt, and you'll enter to win Ridge wallets. And you can send me a thank you note afterwards, because they're the bomb. And also, if you keep it in the sheath, this doesn't happen. Okay? So, again, so you're saying that Conor had security hunt you down, right? Hunt you down, drag you into the bathroom, right? Drag you into the bathroom, separate you from your friends, lock you in the bathroom. You somehow end up in a stall with Conor, right? And he violently sticks his tongue down your throat. Then he forces his git in your mouth, right? Forces you. Open up. Open. Yeah, that's good. That's good. That's really good. Then once he has enough of that, he builds you up, throws you against the wall, and he's like, I'm putting it where you don't want it. And she's like, no. And then you elbowed him, Conor McGregor, he's like, I'm putting it right where you don't want it. And you elbowed him, and that enabled you to make enough space that you got to flee the bathroom, because otherwise Conor was going to overpower you, and you don't want to press charges? You don't want to press charges? You don't want to press charges? No, I would just prefer for him to write me a check. I bet you would, dude. Because you want to know what I think happened? I think you voluntarily went into the bathroom to do with Conor. I think that you made out with him. I think that he and you and then maybe he was all, jacked up and whatever. He decided he wanted, and you were like, actually, I'm not down for that part. So you were like, no, you didn't let him escalate it to the full Monty. And then you left and you realized you forgot your purse. And then you started thinking about it. You're like, wow, I had never done that with a celebrity before. I feel really dirty. It was kind of forceful. You know what? He should write me a check, maybe something like that. Because this story makes absolutely no sense otherwise. It makes perfect sense if it's laid out the way that I just laid it out. It makes no fucking sense the other way. And here's why, again, why I don't believe you. You're not pressing charges. If it's the way you said it, you're not pressing charges. Why not? Why not? Yeah, we're just after a settlement. I bet you are, dude. Now, if Conor really did this, if he really did this, obviously that's different. I have 3 daughters. I don't care who you are. My daughters would never lie about a thing like this. So believe me, if I'm 80 years old, my daughters would be very, very old by then. But there's no age that I would be where you'd be safe, no matter who you are, if you did some shit like this with one of my daughters. Never. There's no age. There's no distance. There's no status. I would find you. 100%. But my daughters would never lie about a thing like this, But also, I don't think Conor would do this either. He's just reckless. It's like, dude, every time you do this, I know it's like, you want to keep, listen, am I judging a person for, sticking your J in a groupie's mouth? Of course not, dude. You think I'd be able to turn that down? I'm the most impulsive idiot on earth. But man, at a certain point, you got to learn your lesson. You need this is honest, for real, advice. The best advice is don't do it, right? Don't do it. But if you're going to do it, you need to start filming it. Film it, and then stick it in some crazy hidden folder where D won't find it. And then if this shit comes up, when you talk to the police, you talk to the court, be like, send that shit to their lawyer. Hey, does this look voluntary? A lot of eye contact. My hands are nowhere near her head. A lot of eye contact, don't you think? Does that look like something I'm forcing her to do? Oh, they decided not to move forward with the case? Who would have guessed that, dude? No, I think I'd just rather sue the NBA, the Miami Heat, and Conor McGregor. Oh, I bet you would, dude. So, yeah, that's why I don't believe her. Because she's not pressing charges. And if the story was true, why would you not press charges? Why on earth would you not press charges? A guy grabs your head and forces his Jimmy down your throat? Oh, no, I'm cool with that. It's fine. I just want to be able to pay for my therapy. I just want to be able to pay for my therapy. That's my main concern is I don't want to be traumatized anymore. So anyway, that's what I got. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. I love you guys. Let's get some Sheath underwear. Sheathunderwear.com. Use a promo code FIRE. You save a bunch of money. And then send me the receipt. You can win a Ridge wallet. I got Conor. Well, I mean, let's just say this. I don't believe her, yo. That's what I got.